we have two categories of people. The first categories are those who don't care. Who don't care about anything. They just move on. Just, like the way I grew up, my children are going to grow up and we're all going to be fine and living happy. No. Because the time is changing very rapidly. It's changing very rapidly. To possess one's faith is very difficult. In a society, in an environment which is completely filled with filth, which is completely giving an understanding to every individual out there that the faith that you follow is giving a bad name, so don't follow it, get something else for yourself. Find something else for yourself, don't follow this faith. So people are ashamed to even expose themselves as Muslims. Children become very insecure about them being with the friends or with other people. And it carries on. Eventually, that thought comes into my mind, into their minds, that Islam has not benefited me at all. Rather, it has given me a bad name. So let's move on from this religion and become something else. So the first thing that comes, the biggest dilemma that is found in today's youth is denying God. That's the biggest dilemma that is found in today's youth. The very existence of Allah is being neglected. Forget about the values of Islam. Forget about, anything else. The value, just the existence of Allah is being neglected. And how? Because the environment, the surroundings, the circle, and all that. As believers, every individual has a responsibility. And what happens at the age of 15, 16, 17, we realize that my child has gone away from the path. So let's take him to the sheikh and maybe he can put some, ud'iyah, or he can just, blow something on him and then just suddenly it becomes a change overnight. No, it's not something which happens overnight. It took him 15 years to have the mentality what he has now. It's going to take another 15 years to change that mentality. To change his perspectives. To change his priorities of living. So the institutions are there to help us in our responsibility. Now the second categories are those people whose children are already past the stage. So they think, whenever there is a talk about the importance of Islamic education or Islamic institution or Islamic schools, I am exempt from it. Why? Because my child, neither he goes to the elementary nor middle school, so I am exempt. This talk is for him and him and him and him and not me. Why? Because my child is already graduated from high school. He's going to college and there is no Islamic college available, so forget about it. This talk is for someone else, not for me. And this is what I started off with. A believer is that individual who services to mankind. أخرجت للناس. You have been taken out to benefit humanity. So every child in the community is my child. Every person in the community, he's related to me. And the bonding of faith is the biggest bonding. Allah mentions in the Quran, the bonding of faith is the greatest bonding amongst all the bondings that are there existing. Ethnicity, background, language, race, all of that is temporary. The bonding of فَأَصْبَحْتُمْ بِنِعْمَتِهِ إِخْوَانًا. You became brothers with the blessing of Allah, and that's the brotherhood of the faith. So every child that is in the community, it's my child. And if I am going to worry about their education, Allah is going to protect not only my children, but the progeny and the generation coming afterwards. Because there is no khair that you do for others except that Allah brings back to you in many folds.